Hey there, replay viewers. Thanks for hopping on. I guess I'm a hippie today because, if it's a bunch of hippy-dippy baloney, call me a hippie. It's all good. I wanted to hop on here today to talk a little bit about vision boards. But before we get started, if you don't already know who the heck I am Jennifer Edwards, coming to you live from New Jersey. And thank you again for joining me. I am a work from anywhere mom of 3 little boys. Let me remove this because I always wonder if there is some kind of sound going on with that I don't know about, and I don't want that. So, all right. So anyway, I am a work from anywhere mom of 3 little boys who are my biggest blessings and biggest challenges all wrapped up in one. I love to talk about all things health and wellness, and your brain and your mind is no different. Before we jump into all of this, can you just let me know if you're watching me, where you're tuning in from? I'd love to hear where you are. What's the weather like by you? We have a little bit of a false early spring here, which I'm sure is going to surprise all of us by having snow soon. No, we're supposed to have rain tomorrow, but rain is better than snow in my book. So it's all good. But thank you again for tuning in. So let's talk about vision boards, okay? Do you have one? Let me know in the comments. Drop a 1 if you've ever made a vision board. Number 2, well, you know what? I know a lot of you have. So please drop a 1 if you have, okay? Number 2, drop a 2 if you think they work. Or if you don't think they work, drop a 3, whatever. Or tell me they don't work. I'm just curious to see what the belief system is here. I've done them before, okay? So I believed wholeheartely in them at first. That's why I did it. I believed wholeheartedly in them at first. And then, it turned out that I really kind of didn't believe in them anymore. I think it was all just kind of life experience. And if you're like me, in the beginning, when I first made them, it was very much all material items on it, okay? Very simple. Actually, hopefully I can fit it in the screen here, but I want to show you. This was my, I should have flipped it. Sorry about that. This was my original, this was actually my second dream board, okay? So I edited it a little bit. I wanted the beach house this is in Key West. My pop-up camper, which is going to stay on any dream board I have, by the way. Me and my family on the beach, Guinness on the roof of the Guinness factory in Dublin, still going to stay on the dream board, okay? But, this is a ridiculous house in Wildwood, and a ridiculous pool, and a ridiculous closet, which, hey, you know what? I'm not mocking it. It's still somewhere in my mind that I want it, okay? But as you can see, all material stuff. Trip to Bora Bora, big house, whatever. So that's what I did before, okay? I realize now, or at least part of my evolution in this whole dream vision board thing, I realize now that it's doing all the material items like I did, I was doing it all wrong. Because there's really, aside from a few things, which I said are going to stay, there was really no emotional attachment to anything in particular that I have here. And so, it was certainly, the way I was taught originally was dream big, right? Go as big as you can think of. And in a lot of ways, my heart wasn't completely in it because I always felt like it was way outside of achievability. Okay. And I'm just being honest. I mean, I was dreaming so big, but if you don't believe that it's possible, you never really focus on it. So I think I was doing it all wrong. For a vision board to work, it should really focus on how you want to feel. Okay, not just on things that you want. So it's okay to include some material items if that's what's going to bring you joy, but it's really the joy behind it and how you feel when you have those items, or that lifestyle or whatever, how will it make you feel that you need to focus on? Not so much having it. Can anyone relate to this? Has anyone who's done a dream board felt like they totally did it wrong? I mean, I don't know if it's just me. So I got to a point where, like, probably, a year ago, I was looking at this dream board. Now, I just redid this, by the way, in January last year. So it's not super old. Okay, I removed quite a few things, but I redid it in January, and I hid it away because I was like, you know what? To me, right now, that's a reminder of all the things I did not achieve, and it makes me feel like a bigger failure, which is completely ridiculous, and it's the opposite of the intention behind a dream board, okay? Sorry, hi, Kelly. Sorry, I'm barely able to read this. But that's honestly how I was taught, and I mean, I'm not blaming my teachers, but that's honestly how I was taught to do it. Dream big, and dream as big as you can, and I felt like a failure. So I'm redoing it. Okay, I'm going to redo it this week. We actually had a dream board event scheduled for a couple weeks ago. We had to reschedule because of the snow. But I'm looking forward to redoing it. So I wanted to talk to you about what should be on a dream board. Okay. So before I go into that, I want to talk about why do I still believe that dream boards work? Number one, like first and foremost, I believe in the law of attraction, and what you put out into the universe, you get. Whether it's in the form of struggles or whatever. I mean, yes, there are some cards that you really don't have a choice about. Sometimes you need to embrace the form that things arrive to you in, and maybe they're disguised as terrible struggles, and yet, they're really opportunities and you don't know it. So anyway, why do they work? So displaying what you want and displaying it in a prominent area where you're going to see it all the time really brings things to life and brings your dreams to life and your desires, right? So what you focus on grows, like I said. When you create it and you see it often, you end up doing short visualization exercises every single day and throughout the day. So whenever it catches your attention, you start, in your subconscious or even in your awareness, you're actually thinking about the items that you're looking at. So that's how it happens, right? So visualization is one of the most important and powerful kinds of exercises that you can do with your mind. So like I said, if you read about the law of attraction, you read the book The Secret, there's like a ton of law of attraction books. I was completely reading last year. I read probably 10 of them in a very short period of time. But if you read about the law of attraction, thoughts become things. And the law of attraction creates your entire life experience through your thoughts. So when you're visualizing, you're inviting, powerful frequencies, you're emitting powerful frequencies into the universe that ultimately brings you what you visualize or brings you to that. So visualization works. If you've ever read about or heard about the Olympians, like the Olympic athletes who've used them for decades, where they visualize winning races and winning events, it works, okay? I was reading an article that said that Psychology Today reported that brain patterns that happen when a weightlifter lifts very heavy weights are actually similarly activated when he just imagines lifting heavy weights. So like, the same the same brain response happens. I've actually read that about muscles too, where sometimes just visualizing exercise can actually tone your muscles. I would love to see that happen. Maybe I need to do a better job visualizing, but that would be really awesome. So anyway. Okay, so let's move on to what should you put on your board, okay? So like I said, the purpose of the board is to bring to life your goals in all of the areas of your life that you want to focus on. So obviously, before you even start your dream board, you should put together a list of your goals. You want to list them out, write them out, and then you'll be amazed at how like the gaps are filled in and what you want to do with your board kind of comes together. So you want to focus on your goals in all of the following areas: relationships, career, finances, home, travel, personal growth, which may include things like spirituality, education, your aspirations, etc. So like I said, you write down your goals, and from there, you think about what you want to put on your dream board. And therefore, what you focus on expands. So like you'll start getting more ideas of what you want to add to your dream board. And, things will pop into your mind and pop out onto your paper once you set the intention for what you want and how you want to feel about what you're looking to get from the universe, right? So you want to choose your embellishments and your quotes and sayings and photos and postcards that inspire you and make you feel really good to look at and make you feel happy. So I think it's a really, really great thing. I think everyone really should have one. You don't need to be in business for yourself. You don't need to be someone who's like a real go-getter in life. I'm super ambitious. But that's me. I'm like self-driven. But I think anyone could benefit from this, because if you want like peace and harmony and simplicity in your life, it's as easy as that. Just focusing on those words even during the day. You put up a quote that you like or words that symbolize what you're looking for. I think it would be really good for all of us to have it in front of us every day. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to be redoing my board very differently. This time around, it's going to be very simple, actually. Like I said, a couple of things that I had on my dream board that I showed you. My little pop-up camper. My kids want an RV. I'm like, I want a pop-up camper to practice, but whatever. The Guinness factory, still want to go there. Still want to have Guinness on the roof. Those are staying, okay? But, like the big houses, they're not going to be on my dream board for now. What I'm going to do, I actually got a bunch of these, and I wish I had the box in front of me, but I don't. A bunch of these affirmation cards that I bought on Amazon. They're really awesome, and I picked out a few that I'm definitely going to include on my dream board. And I wish I flipped the camera, but this says, I turn every experience into an opportunity. It's just like keeping this in the forefront